Welcome back, family. You are now listening to the Fitness Headspace podcast, episode 20, brought to you by Evolve Fitness, where we get fit and we don't quit. And today we have a very special guest. She goes by the name of Monique. And what we're going to be doing is going over a few things as far as shifting your mentality and being more comfortable with your body and learning how to accept the progress that you've made and a whole bunch more. So we did have a little bit of a technical difficulty going on while we're recording. So we were able to get 25 minutes, solid minutes of great information. But what we're going to be doing is doing another episode next week so we could give you a full introduction for Joy, and she could really give you her journey and how she's been able to incorporate a lot of the positive things that's happened to her into the rest of her life as well too. So appreciate you guys. If you could just do us one huge favor, go ahead and start dropping the likes, share, comment, and then go ahead and subscribe. And if there's any topics that you want us to hit on, definitely let us know below and we'll get to you with them.
When it comes to, this whole journey is about really able to rebuild your self-confidence. I thought that's like the base level for what it is, at least in my own personal opinion. So it's like when you're dealing with, especially when you have a great weight loss journey, it's like you still can sometimes see the person that you used to be. And that happened, and trust me, like it happens to me. It's time in here and there where it's like I still see that person who was over 200 pounds and trying to really like clear my head to be like, no, you've lost the weight. No, you've come a long way. But how you do that is by just really being able to sit with yourself, like sit in front of the mirror naked, like no clothes, trying to cover up, trying to hide whatever you consider to be your flaws, like really just sitting with yourself and start to speak, start to affirm everything about your body, like loving your face, loving your smile, loving your legs, loving your chest, loving your thighs and arms, every curve, dip, whatever it is, like able to see the beauty within how your own body is, structured and configured like flawlessly, honestly and truly. And then being able to build up a way to affirm yourself every single day. And I'm a big person when it comes to affirmations. And to get started on that, it's not even going to be like a grand task. Like you can honestly start off with like between 5 to 10 affirmations each day. Like write them out. Get you a nice little journal, write them out, make them detailed. Like I love the I am affirmations, but I love long, detailed, personable kind of like affirmations, whereas I am beautiful and strong, I am courageous, I am here, like where my actually have something I think she wants to read out loud.
Yes, bring it out. Bring it out. Let me see them tools.
Actually, hold on one second. Hold on. This is how we become intentional right here. This is my little book. Oh, she looks a little run down, but she goes with me everywhere. And so I have various affirmations in here, and they kind of labeled by the kind of feeling that I want to have. Like, so being able to say that I am enough, that you will never apologize for who you truly are. Like having money affirmations that when you see yourself, you see abundance. When it comes to like your own physical appearance, I'm proud of the progress I'm making in my journey. I'm excited to be able to go out and move my body and feel myself getting stronger and growing every single day. Like we're able to actually have these things written out to where you can see them and be personable with them and actually say it out loud, like saying it with your chest, like being able to really put some strong emphasis on the things that you're saying for yourself, because words for me, and I'm a big believer of this as well, like words for me have energy, words for me have a strong meaning. So when you're able to really hear your own voice, say these things to yourself out loud, you start to want to walk in that same kind of alignment. So when you're telling yourself that I am somebody who is consistent, you start to become somebody who is consistent. When you say that I am somebody who enjoys eating clean, whole foods, who loves to cook, who loves to, like feed my body things that brings true nourishment to it, you start to see yourself actually enjoy to have these kind of foods and start to absorb this kind of lifestyle. You start to walk in that kind of essence. And it's not a thing that happens overnight. In the very beginning, you may feel a little like you're not really sure about why you're doing it. You may feel like I'm not really fully believing what I'm saying in the very beginning, but I promise you, as you keep going, as you keep on affirming yourself each and every day, especially as you start to grow more confident in the things that you are saying, you really take on that full identity and it becomes something that you actually naturally want to inherit and do inherit within yourself. So that's one thing that I can share for anybody, like affirmations. As much as you see it online, everywhere's posting about affirmation. I need you guys to not just see it and think it's like, the next kind of social media trend. Like people are doing this because for the most part, it actually works. It actually does retrain and relearn your mind because our minds naturally go towards the negative. It's not anything that we do intentionally. People just naturally think in a more pessimistic kind of way. And that's based on, life experiences, traumas, and just how, and like just the kind of environments that we saw that we had ourselves growing up in. So when you understand that about yourself and understand how you naturally tend to think, you can start to self-correct yourself to be like, okay, I know normally I would think that I'm a procrastinator, I'm lazy, I'm tired, I don't want to work out, I don't want to do whatever else. And this is a part we start to actually try to retrain that mind to where no, I get things done. I stick to my schedule. I do what I say I was going to do. When I come home from work, from school, from whatever else, I'm actually going to give myself time to care for myself. Like we have so many outside tasks we will do for everybody else, and ourselves will be completely neglected. We'll be pouring out from a glass that's pretty much almost empty. And it's like if you really are a person who loves to pour into other people in however that form presents for you, you can't pour from an empty vessel. You have to be able to be full within yourself, able to pour into somebody else as well. And doing things like having self-care, feeding your body nourishing things, getting your body moving, affirming your mindset, those are ways for you to be able to really pour back into yourself. And then it will show up in the same kind of way with how you're able to show out for other people as well. So if y'all don't take anything away from anything else we said in this entire podcast, I want you guys to really resonate with this part of what I'm saying and just take a piece of paper, find you dollar store, $1. It fits women, it will fit in your purse. Guys, they have, more plain ones that can fit in like a backpack, a little whatever like that. And just, as things come to you, write them down. One person is an artist that I follow, Tony Jones. She has been amazing when it comes to her like affirmational music. Like it's a very upbeat, it's very like hype kind of tempo beat music, but she's actually like speaking affirmations within like the lyrics. And I promise you, like just playing that first thing in the morning, it gets you pumped, it gets your mindset ready. Like that's just like, start to actually learn the words of the song and learn the affirmations to the song. You start to be able to like, say them yourself or say them out loud and just really feed your energy and spirit. And I love doing it personally first thing in the morning, but it's however you want to have your routine set up. If you want to do it midday, for a nice, midday boost, do that. If you want to go to bed affirming yourself and be able to wake up rejuvenated, do that as well. It's like, however your routine or your lifestyle plays it out for you, the whole thing is to find a way for it to be able to be consistent for yourself.
Oh my gosh. What? So, ooh, listen, you hit it dead on the nail. And all I want to do is piggyback on a couple of things that you said, right? So, like you said, creating that affirmation and like we said, words have power. They do have genuine meaning to it. So, to give people an analogy, and we don't think about it this way, when you speak to somebody, right, it's your tone, it's the way that you say something to somebody. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So I could be
Yes.
like, Joy, you look amazing today. Like, Joy, you look all right, you look amazing today. You know what I mean? Like just the tonality of how I say certain things could completely shift the meaning of how it's said. And the other way to think about it is when you're talking to somebody, and we're talking just on a normal basis like this, or let's say somebody's venting to you, that vent is completely, it's negative. So all those words are, though although those are normal words, it's the way that they're being said that gives a whole nother, context of how it's, how you're supposed to perceive it. And like you had mentioned, having a person where they have the opportunity to listen to someone like that artist, where you can listen to someone that's giving those positive affirmations. People don't think about it this way, right? When we went to school and things of that nature, we would have to spell certain words out. So I tell people, what do you think spell casting is? Whether you're watching Harry Potter or whatever the case is, they're spelling certain things out. So for you to write down your affirmations and physically spell out what you want to affirm and what you want to bring within your life, and how you, basically bring that positive energy, and it's all, magnetism. You have to learn how to, one, release certain things, and then also bring certain things back in. So as you put out into the universe what you want to receive and what you feel that at this point in time is important, as you put that out, it's going to happen. And the one thing that you had mentioned is, like we said, when it comes to creating habits, it's going to take approximately 30 days. So you really have to be mindful of unlearning and relearning certain things. And that's one thing that I told you I learned from Derek Grace. So just watching a lot of his information, and doing what he does, and just seeing, like, again, another individual that's he's so intelligent to the point to where people might not even comprehend. They just think that he's going online and just doing certain things and saying certain things. It's like, bro, there's meaning and words to what we're doing and what we're saying. And to be able to have that opportunity to do this on a daily basis, like you said, it doesn't matter how you do it throughout your day, what makes you feel comfortable. But ultimately, I think it's really important to start your day off that way, because it really sets the tone for the rest of the day. So,
Yes.
if you wake up and I send you a text message and it's negative, that's going to affect the rest of your day. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or if you had a phenomenal day and I send you a random negative text message with something that's going on with me, now that's something that's going to resonate with you. And now you're going to be completely out of tune. It's like, man, I done did my daily affirmations. I was feeling great until this homeboy that hit me up and threw me off of my whole, you know what I mean? Like, threw my whole energy off. And it's nothing against the person that's reaching out to you. It's just more of, again, knowing how to take that information and not necessarily letting it affect you as well. But I think ultimately it really does have to do with taking that time, doing the, creating those affirmations and saying them, like you said, out loud. Because it's one thing to say it here, everybody can say it here, but when you really vocally project what you want, the universe is listening. You get what I'm saying? And whether, like we said, we're both spiritual, that's how I am too. So I try not to get people too much on it, just due to the fact of, it's like, oh, they talking about this. No, like, this is really a thing. Like I told you before, I'm really big into like neuroscience and things of that sort, just due to the fact of, I comprehend the fact of you taking your mindset to a whole nother level and elevating with these affirmations are now creating new pathways. Now it's telling yourself, like, okay, now that I'm able to look at myself in the mirror, I feel more confident about myself. So now, again, your self-confidence, you will improve your mental well-being, and just overall in general, when it comes to your outlook on certain things in life, it'll be in a more positive manner. So like you said, we grew up conditioned to automatically to think of something negative. That's just, unfortunately, that's what it's been. But
Yeah.
that's where it comes into play of unlearning, relearning, putting affirmations into place for yourself on a day-to-day basis, and sticking to them. And, sticking to your guns, and not necessarily letting, one day of, or like, for example, people will say like, hey, I'm gonna pray, and because you don't get it the next day or immediately, you stop. You know what I'm saying? You have to continuously repeat it. It's just like becoming a millionaire. It's become just like running our own businesses. It will not thrive. It will not be successful in one day. So don't expect that you're not going to have to put in the work. And I think that's where a lot of people just think that, oh, I'm just gonna be famous, or I'm just gonna do this, or I'm just gonna lose the weight. You have to work for it. And here's another thing. And I mentioned this before, and I don't mean this in any way to be disrespectful to anybody that's ever went under a knife or did any type of surgery, but there's a difference, in my personal opinion, and other people, especially a lot of the ladies that I worked with, when, for example, you're at a position where, all right, you're gonna go get, a job done, a BBL or whatever the case is. That's up to you, by all means. But I will tell you right now, it's going to sound very strong and stern of what I'm saying. You will not appreciate the process the same way. I guarantee you won't. Because the fact of
No.
the matter is that hard work, that blood, sweat, and tears, I mean, hopefully you're not bleeding, but that sweat and tears that you really had to go through, that aching where you're like, yo, you can't get up those stairs, knowing that you got to carry these groceries up flights, that's where you literally trying to grab everything all at one time because I'm not making this trip again. My legs are shot. And realizing and appreciating that process because again, these are some of the things that mold you to become a better person. And like we always tell our clients, it goes far beyond just the gym. It's just so many different things that will help people's mental well-being. And you being that way and other people seeing that, you'll be surprised how much of an influence that that'll make on somebody else as well. So us
Right.
as coaches, people don't realize, like I've always told people, the money doesn't matter. It's the feeling that I get when when you tell me like how you feel when you feel more positive. It's just like, man, if I could give you my heart and just give it to you, I would. Like that's literally how emotional I am at times. But you have to contain it. You have to just be like, okay, I'm proud of you. Meanwhile, inside we just like, yes, you did that. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, again, it's really about just having a really healthy relationship with not only just your body, not only just with your mind, but also with the process. It's a balance. It's all three of them, and it's other things as well too that you got to put into factor. But I mean, like I said, it's just I couldn't say it any better. And I feel like, especially with the guys, like I really want to talk to them real quick and realizing that a lot of the stuff that you're speaking of, a lot of guys have this like feminine and masculine, division and thinking that it's supposed to be one or the other. Bro, we're yin and yang. You're supposed to be both together. You have to learn how to tap into your feminine energy. You have to learn how to be more emotional. You have to learn how to be more intuitive. And you have to learn how to, again, be open and vulnerable because a lot of guys, and I tell you this from personal experience, it took a while. But once I caught on to it, I was like, why do I care about how other people think, what they think about me? Because at the end of the day, I know I'm true to myself. I know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes. I don't think like it's a level of strength for a man to tap into his more feminine side. I don't want to take it to be like it's like you being less masculine or less of a man. It literally takes a certain type of strength from a man to be able to tap into that kind of energy. So, and I
Mm.
see plenty of men when I'm in, certain rooms or on certain apps where they come into these rooms to actually speak their affirmations. And I just love like seeing men as well. Like self-care, it has no gender. It honestly has no gender. It has no kind of identity. Self-care is for everybody. So being able to talk, to speak nicely to yourself has no barriers. Guys should also want to be able to affirm themselves like I'm a king, I'm handsome, I'm talented, I'm smart, I'm leading this household, I'm leading this company, I'm leading my team, I'm leading whatever it is that you do. Like self-doubt and mental wellness is literally for everybody. So this is for everybody to be able to take into account what we're saying for this podcast and able to make steps to actually apply it forward. So I want the men to really just understand that like there is honest strength in that. There is beauty in seeing you all do that as well. And also the strength that you guys exude from being able to start to make these kind of practices will go way beyond. It will show up in pretty much every aspect of your life. You see yourself like, start to perform better at work, perform better in your household, perform better in your dating life, perform better when it comes to your family, like when it comes to your own fitness. Like this stuff is very transferable. So just want to add that little one piece right there.
I love it. I love it. And that's what I'm saying. I love having, a woman's perspective because again, you look at it completely different. And not saying it in a negative way. It's just more like, oh, I didn't think about it that way. Because the way you just broke it down, I'm just like, what? Okay. I was like, all right, well, that's a great way to think about it, especially as, being able to just tap in and just realizing again, it takes a whole different type of strength to really take that initial step more so to really just put yourself out there and be ready to receive and also accept and also put those affirmations out. Um but I mean, for me, I mean, I don't really feel like there's anything else that I need to touch on. I don't know if there's anything that you want to kind of finish off with in particular.
I don't think this has been an amazing episode. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of hopefully a lot of value that people are able to receive from this episode. Hopefully, even if one person resonates with any one thing that we've said today, I think we've come in here and we've done our thing. So if everybody definitely like let us know down below in the comment section, whether on YouTube or on Instagram, like let us know what your biggest takeaway was. Let us know what things are you going to start to to implement going forward when it comes to your own wellness journey, like whether it's the affirmation, whether it's like the portion control when it comes to your meals, whether it's finding activities that you actually enjoy doing just to start to become active. Whatever it is, definitely let us know. And then also, shameless plug, I also want to see you guys personally as well. Definitely follow me on my own social media at joymonique_fitness. I would love to also get you guys' feedback on anything and any other advice that you guys want to, or any kind of other concerns, questions, or topics that you all kind of also want to, tap into as well. Definitely leave that under Evolve Fitness under Deion's page, because he's coming out these podcasts. Was it every Friday, I believe?
Every Friday, nonstop. That's what we do.
Okay. So, this is all for y'all. So we definitely wanted to have your input as well. So definitely, like I said, comment, share below. Anybody who think might even be able to even tap into this and be able to resonate with any one thing, share it out with them.
Absolutely, man. I'm glad you did the closeout. But and the last thing, I'm gonna make sure that Joy has all her information underneath as well too, because I'm really big on it. It's not even just myself. Like I said, it's bigger than me. It's bigger than Joy. It's literally for everybody else. But we really just want to make sure that we're tapping in and sharing everything within both of our communities and spreading this information, because whether or not you know it, you might not need it right now, but this video will always be available. So whenever that time comes, believe it or not, there's been times where these videos will pop up on people's feed, and it just comes at the right time, because that's the time that you need to hear that message. So although you have it now, always remember, save it, because you could always come back to it. And although you might have digested that information and comprehended it, sometimes you need to listen to it twice. It's just like a movie. You might